Shout out to Postmates for sponsoring this update. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever you can think of delivery service all year round. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, download the app right now and use code NO. That's code NO for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Welcome to the No, I'm Brian. EA says that it is still in the business of making Star Wars games after reports that it shuttered the open world game that was being developed in its Vancouver studio. In a statement to GameSpot, EA, they didn't deny that they had canceled the Star Wars project, but they said they're, quote, fully committed to making more Star Wars games, which is not a great sign. Yeah, here's the full statement. There's been speculation overnight about one of our Star Wars projects. As a natural part of the creative process, the great work by our team in Vancouver continues and will evolve into future Star Wars content and games. Evolve. They went on to say, we're fully committed to making more Star Wars games. We're very excited about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn, and we'll share more about our new projects when the time is right. Now, as we've reported, Vancouver took over control of the project after EA shuttered Visceral Games back in 2017. Vancouver was apparently doing an open world reboot of the Visceral project, which was quite a bit different from the linear story-driven game that Visceral was working on. Kotaku has reported that Vancouver, now they're working on something smaller scale. Meanwhile, the Respawn game, as EA noted, that's still in development, but we don't know much about it. Maybe the most important thing to keep in mind is that EA's licensing agreement to make Star Wars games lasts until 2023, so hopefully after that, somebody good will get a hold of it. The Westworld mobile game has been shut down after a legal battle between its developer and Bethesda, who claimed the game was a ripoff. In a post, developer Behavior Interactive said that the game has been pulled from both the App Store and Google Play, and it will officially close April 16th. They added, "We are sorry to see the Westworld mobile game go and had an incredible time creating new content and events for players to enjoy. We deeply appreciate our community's enthusiasm and participation in the game." Sounds like there's a lot between the lines that they want to say but can't say. Now, the background to all this is Bethesda, who claimed in a lawsuit that Westworld was a ripoff of its own Fallout Shelter mobile game, which Behavior Interactive did work on a few years back. Bethesda claimed that Behavior reused design elements and code in the Westworld game, and it apparently even had some of the same bugs as in Fallout Shelter. Earlier this year, they apparently came to some sort of resolution that they called amicable, but I don't think it's any coincidence that they're now shutting the Westworld game down. All right, it's no secret that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has fallen off lately as players have shifted to other Battle Royale games like Fortnite and Black Ops 4, but that has not stopped PUBG from being profitable. SuperData reports that the game made more than $1 billion last year in digital revenue. That's more than games like FIFA 18 and Red Dead Redemption 2, so it's doing pretty well for itself despite all of its many problems. And even stranger, those earnings were up 19% compared to 2017. Just goes to show that even a struggling Battle Royale game can still make a shitload of money in 2018. Now, if you're wondering how Fortnite did, won't come as a shock, it did much better. It made twice as much, actually more than twice as much as PUBG. Fortnite made $2.4 billion last year.
Holy shit.
As they used to say in The Wire, the king stay the king. Some former Infinity Ward devs have started a brand new studio, and they're working on a pretty cool little project. The studio is called Winterborn, and its head is Kent Gamble, who is an engineer at Infinity Ward, which of course is best known for its work on the Call of Duty franchise. Also joining up, former Infinity Ward artist and designer Maudie Hamo. They have assembled a small team. GamesIndustry.biz reports they're already working on a tactical RPG that's based on a tabletop game that Gamble created back when he was a kid, and it's apparently set in a high fantasy world. Gamble told Games Industry, "I have this epic story I started telling when I created my own tabletop game when I was 15 years old that lasted almost a decade that I never got to finish, and I always wanted to turn that universe into a video game." So cool, maybe. Like, I'm thinking Final Fantasy Tactics, that kind of comes to mind a little bit. If it's anything like Tactics, I will totally check it out. All right, let's finish up on some in-house news. Today, we got our first look at the trailer for Genlock, which is the new sci-fi animated series that stars Michael B. Jordan, David Tennant, Maisie Williams, Dakota Fanning. It has some A-listers. IGN released the trailer, which, wait a minute, y'all couldn't have given that to the No? Guys, we work next door. We do news too, I'm just saying. Anyway, Rooster Teeth describes it this way. 50 years into the future, an oppressive authoritarian force threatens to conquer the world. A daring team is recruited to pilot a new form of weaponized neuroscience that powers devastating mecha, but they must be willing to sacrifice everything to save the world. And you know what? I get it. I work for Rooster Teeth, but I would watch this anyway. It looks sweet. Go check it out for yourself. Genlock premieres on Rooster Teeth January 26th. All right, that is all the news we've got for you today. Let us know what you think about these stories down in the comments below. And for all your news from every corner of the internet, like this video, subscribe to The Know. Hey, shout out to Postmates for sponsoring this update. Other than your absolute best friends, who could you ask to bring you red wine at 4 p.m., sushi at 9 p.m., or a breakfast burrito at 8 a.m.? Postmates, that's who. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever you can think of delivery service all year round. Postmates is your personal food delivery service. It is the best. No more trips to the store. You don't even have to know where the store is. That's up to Postmates. They will deliver anything to you. Download the app for iOS or Android for free. Browse local restaurants and businesses, and you can track your delivery. So that's awesome. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That about covers it all. Postmates will bring you what you want within the hour. That is crazy. Anything you're craving, Postmates can deliver. They are the largest on-demand network in the known universe with more than 25,000 partner merchants. That's a lot. And for a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners a great deal, $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. So to start your free deliveries, download the app right now. Use code KNOW. That's code KNOW for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app.